Hey everybody, it's Mr. Ling. This is going to be an example of how you guys should do your videos that I'm asking you to do. You can do it in a slideshow as well. That's no big deal. But I'm going to go ahead and give you an example here. So I'm in my daughter's room. If you look around, you can see that we're here in my daughter's bedroom, who she lives with her mother in Ottawa. And so with social distancing, one of the things that's different with us right now is that I won't see my daughter. I normally have her every other weekend. Um, and so as long as we're basically told to shelter in place, she's going to stay there. Um, I have asthma. She has asthma. Her mom actually has it real bad. So we don't need to get coronavirus. And so we're trying not to do that. Um, so I've turned her room into my workstation, and so I set up my work laptop, and I used my daughter's monitor to create a second monitor. I turned her TV around so that I can watch the news. The president's on talking about it right now, and I got brought me a printer, and I've got some projects I finally need to grade for you guys. So joining me today is my dog Iggy Threadgood. So one of the things that's very different about being here is that the dogs are here and they're not used to having me at home, although my wife does in fact work from home. And so that's she's having to get used to me. I got to keep the door closed because right through that door is her office, and she needs me to be quiet. My grandson that lives here with us, he hasn't been to daycare in a little bit, and so that's different for all of us having him here. So that's a lot of the stuff that's different. My stepson, my grandson's father, he's still working because he's a mechanic, but my son, him and his fiance both, they're in the food industry, and so things are being pretty tough on them as far as jobs go. They just this morning announced the shutdown of restaurants in Chattanooga for dine-in. All right, we're going to go down, and I'm going to show you my pantry. All right, so we're here in the kitchen now, and this is my pantry. And we normally keep it pretty stocked up, but we got a little more stuff than normal. So I've got like a little more water in the house than I would normally, and let's see, a couple extra bags of dog food, and a couple things like that. A great staple to keep around the house is peanut butter. So we have a little more than normal in our regular pantry. That doesn't include, like beans and rice that I might keep in my rear garage. As a fun, interesting note for the day, while trying to multitask, have you ever wondered what happens to an egg if you boil all the water out of it and you still leave it in the frying pan? It basically becomes a frying pan. Turns out they explode. Yeah, like it literally exploded. So let's see, what else? So, we haven't been anywhere in days. We did all of our initial shopping last weekend, and we haven't been out since. We're not having any friends over. I'm not visiting my friends. We're trying to do social distancing. Extra chores. I am actually trying to do spring cleaning when, like on lunch. Just spending some time going through my drawers, getting rid of old clothes. I do have to help take care of my grandson during the day because we've got that. I want to look at one of the questions that I asked you guys is what am I scared about? And I will admit, yeah, of course, I told you I don't need to get the coronavirus because of my asthma. I'm scared for my daughter who has asthma. But I'm very scared for my son and his financial situation because, like I say, he and his girlfriend both work in the food industry, and that could be devastating. I I've got a buddy I talked to last night who runs a casino, very high paying job, and he's out of work. And he doesn't know when he's going to be back in work. And he had a lot of money in the stock market, and the stock market's plummeted. What he told me, he'd lost 80% of his wealth. And so he was actually doing really well. But if you got $1 million and you lose 80% of that, I don't know what he really lost, but it might have been that, because he actually was getting ready to retire. So I'm scared for my friends and family that are in industries where they could be hurt. And I hope, that things are going to do good with that. So anyway, I didn't answer all the questions because I'm kind of doing this just to get it out to you, but I wanted to give you an idea of what one of these videos should look like. You can do this on Google Slides. That's not a problem. Just do it on there. And but I do want photographs. Show me your workstation if you have one. Just show us around what's going on. And this is something you can really look back at 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 50 years from now, and be able to remember when we all went through this together. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have.